Hello guys, happy Thursday, yay, it's Thursday already. How are you? My name is Victoria Pavlov, I'm the Photoshop artist. Welcome to my studio. This is our part 4 of our painting class from start to finish. We started with organizing our workspace in Photoshop, customizing our toolbars and brushes panel, and today we will start actually creating something. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you, baby? So today we will be working on very simple apple in Bob Ross style. Hello. So let me switch my camera to my desktop. Thank you, Terry. Love so much. Yeah, kind of. Let me switch to my desktop camera. And here you can see I have opened a reference image. This very simple red apple. Guys, I will show to you the easiest way of working with digital painting. You can you can go further. You can make it more advanced if you like. By advanced I mean you can start with white canvas and you can progress layering layer after layer after layer. I will show to you this way as well today. So let's start. First of all, guys, this is the way for anyone who never painted before, or person who wants to want everything make more easier. So for you, I will duplicate my apple layer just like that. I will move it. I will increase size of my apple just like that to the size I want to paint my apple with, just like that. And I will bring opacity of my layer down. I don't need this apple will be so thank you, Sean. So visible. I will create a new empty layer on top of my all other layers. I will switch to my brush tool. Guys, you can use any brush. At this point you can use any brush you are more comfortable with. I can change color of my brush to dark gray color just like that, and I will bring size of my brush down. And now, guys, I will use my reference layer apple as my reference apple, and I will outline this apple just like that. See, guys, how easier this way is, just like that. First of all, let me outline the main shape of my apple. Don't try to be perfect. You can adjust your shape at any time you like later on. Just like this. And as you can see, I made mistake. Happy mistake. And this is the basic shape. Hello, Karen. This is the basic shape of our apple. Let me hide my reference apple. I don't need this reference layer anymore, so I will delete it. I'm sorry, I will delete it just like that. And this is our apple. As you can see, very simple, very quick way to start your painting. Hi, Mohammed. I know. Now, guys, let's talk about our shape. We will build our shape using shades and highlights. But for not to be lost, if you never painted before, and for professional painter people who painted probably the last 30 years, this is the best way. So what I will do, I will bring size of my brush down like this, and I will start creating plane for my apple. What I'm doing, I'm basically outlining shape of my apple. I would like to make my apple like 3D form, not 2D form. Even if we are working with a 2D image, it's always a great habit to try to create 3D illusion of any object you are working with. So using same simple plane, I will outline this apple just like that. And now you kind of can see shape of our apple. Just like that. Now I will start doing same in other way. This reference plane, I name this step as a reference plane, will be helpful of outlining places when you want to put your shadows or highlights, and specifically if you are working with Illustrator, this way will help you to create perfect shadows and perfect highlights. So this is our basic shape. You can bring opacity of this layer down just like that, and now I will create a new layer below my sketch layer. Let's talk about our colors. Of course, guys, you can use color from your imagination. You can use your vision to create perfect red, perfect yellow, perfect green color. But if you have a reference image, it's the best way to create a new empty layer. Forget about layer we just created. We will create a new empty layer. We will switch to eyedropper tool. We will click on base color of our apple. We will switch to brush tool, and we will add splash of this color. Now I will switch back to eyedropper tool, and I will pick another color. And I will continue doing this until I will have all my colors I will be working with. It's a better way to be organized with your colors, and it's the best way to work without any interruption, because you will need to do same later on, switching between eyedropper tool and a brush tool to pick color from your previous used color. Now all these colors are my base color. We will add more colors later on. Now remember, guys, we have created a new layer. I will highlight this layer. I will move it on top of our simple color layer, but below our sketch layer. And now I will switch to another brush. Guys, you can use any brush. Hello Billy. I'm sorry if I'm not if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Guys, today we will be using general brushes. You can use any brush you are comfortable. As you can see, I have tons of brushes I downloaded free from Adobe website. All these brushes are created by Kyle Webster. I love them a lot, and using 99.9% of my entire painting workflow. But today we will use general brushes. Let's start with hard round pressure opacity brush. I'm not sure if I will use this brush, but why not? If I will not like it, I can switch to another brush at any time. And I will use a base color for my first layer. Look at this. Yes, I love this brush. Look at this. I'm using I'm using a Wacom Cintiq. I hope, guys, you use any tablet you have, or you will buy any tablet you can afford. Not now. I know it's difficult time right now with all coronavirus situation right now, but when you can buy any tablet you can afford, I can guarantee any tablet will be much better than your computer mouse, because using tablet you have pen or pencil, and you have pressure sensitivity. Pressure sensitivity is your friend, guys. Control how hard you are pressing on your document, or how light you press on your document will affect your brush stroke and will create mood of your artwork. So this is base color. Why I left my sketch layer on top of my all other layers? Just because if I would like to turn off visibility of this layer, I can do it like this with one click. Now let me pick another color. This one, a little bit darker than my first layer, and using this color I will add another layer of colors. Guys, let's talk about, good morning, let's talk about light. Light is very important. Let me bring size of my brush down. In this particular apple we have two light sources. One light source comes from here, somewhere from here. Another light source comes from here. You can see we have light spots over here, and this light spot, it's a reflection of the surface our apple stands on. So our darkest shade will be this part, because light not hitting over this part of your apple, and darkest shade will be here. Why? Because this is the lightest part of our apple, and apple has shape, kind of rounded shape, and because apple has shape, this part of your apple will be will have most shade, just like that. So let's continue using darker shade of our base color. I will add a few splashes of this color. Guys, you can increase size of your brush or decrease size of your brush at any time. Make yourself comfortable. Use any tool more comfortable for you. Use any setting which is most comfortable for you. It's no universal recipe in here. Even position of your hand will make you more or less comfortable. So this is base, another base shape. Now I will pick a darker color, darker shade of same color, and I will add a few splashes of shades around here. Remember, guys, we talked about this, because this area are the darkest areas in our apple, because these areas are not receiving any light at all. Don't be afraid, guys. We will start all blending process just in a second. First of all, I will layering up all my colors. First colors, just like this. And using darker shade of same color, I will outline shape of this apple. Look at this. Hello, hello, hello. So look at this. Now we have basic shape of our apple. And again, guys, you can use any technique you like. You can be more photography, like you can create your painting like a photo, or you can use impressionist style or any style you like. Again, no universal recipe or rules. As I'm always saying, it's your art, it's your creation. Now I will be using lighter shade of same color, and I will add a few highlights around here. How simple is it, guys? It's super simple. It's easy to draw. I really believe everyone can draw, everyone. And now let's talk about blending. We have a few ways of blending, my favorite ways. We can use the mixer brush tool, long press or a brush family icon, and last brush is the mixer brush tool. You can use the mixer brush tool and you can blend your colors just like this. To make more nice transition between colors, make your mixer brush a little bit bigger than you think it's supposed to be. Or you can switch between, let me be back to my brush tool. You can switch between eyedropper tool. Example, I will click on eyedropper tool. I will pick color from this darker shade. I will switch back to my brush tool. I will bring opacity of my brush tool about 34% and I will paint out. Now I will pick a color from lightest shade in my apple, just like that. Switch back to brush tool and I will paint over. So basically I will blend all colors together, switching between eyedropper and brush tool, picking up different colors and mixing them up. But if it's too complicated for you, simply switch to the mixer brush tool and just blend your colors. Guys, any questions? Don't hesitate, just ask. So, using my mixer brush tool, I'm blending all colors together. And guys, I can bring flow value down to about 41. Same with mix, about 42. And just like this. Now I will blend colors and more, I will have more natural transition between all colors. And again, guys, it's up to you. You can use again the mixer brush tool or the simple brush tool to blend your colors. I will make my brush size smaller and I will blend colors around here. Perfect. Now, let's talk about all highlights. We talked about our shadows and we will be back to our shadows later on. Now let's talk about highlights, because highlights and shadows are always next to each other. Highlights and shadows building up a subject form. It's important. I will switch back to my brush tool. I will pick color. Now I will use this shade of color we picked out of our apple. I will switch to eyedropper tool, sample the color, switch back to brush tool, and I will paint around here just like that. Guys, and I will increase opacity of my brush to 100%. Guys, don't try to apply dramatic changes right away. Try to build up your apple. Try to build up your form or subject layer by a layer. Yes, we are working with we are working with digital painting, but still layers, layer by layer will and you will create a perfect shape, perfect subject. By perfect, I mean your subject or form will look in the way you want. Now, I will bring a few splashes of completely different color. Why? Because all our subjects reflect everything around it. And this apple is red, but it doesn't mean this apple has only a red color. I will add a few splashes of yellow color, dark or any shade of a yellow color you would like. I will increase size of my brush and just like that, few splashes of yellow color will help to bring our apple to life, just like this. See guys, now our apple is breathing. It's a real breathing thing. Thank you. Now I will use darker shade of color we used for our prime color. I will switch to eyedropper tool. I will pick color from our sample area, switch back to my brush tool, and I will add a few splashes of darkest color around here. So this is our shadow where our apple doesn't get any light. So using shadow, we will build our shape. Guys, any questions? Tiffany, do you have question? Just like this. Thank you, Renee. And I will bring size of my brush down, and I will add one brush stroke at the edge of left side of this apple. And same in here. Now, I need to add more shadow. To do so, guys, I will switch to another color. I will switch to blue color. Again, guys, you can use any blue color you like. I will use darker shade of blue color, and I will add a few splashes of blue color in apple's shade area, just like that. Again, guys, our apple reflects everything around it, and I can guarantee around apple we can see a lot of different shades, just like this. Tiffany, if you will have any questions, just ask. Now I will switch to white color. I will create a new empty layer for that because I want to have full control over my highlights, and I will add a few splashes of highlights to my apple. Here, definitely around here. I will bring size of my brush down, and I will add a few splashes of highlights around here. And again, guys, you can create your apple in more realistic way. You can create like photographic looking apple, or you can use any other style. Everything is up to you. Now I will increase size of my brush, and I will add a few splashes around here, just like that. Now I will merge these two layers together. 1 second. Merge down. I will switch to the mixer brush tool, and I will increase size of my brush, and I will blend all colors, highlights, shadows together. Basically, will blend everything together. And after that, guys, we will add the final touches to our painting. Just like this. I see, guys, you like my Bob Ross outfit today. I decided to do something different today. I love Bob Ross, and I decided, why not? Let's paint happy little apple. I will increase size of my brush, and I will blend this area. And just like this. And again, guys, you can make your brush, you can increase size of your brush and blend and make everything softer. Good, good, Tiffany. Why I put a blue in my apple? Because Tiffany, if you will go to the kitchen, I know your grandmother has apple, and you will put your apple on a kitchen counter, you will see that your apple will reflect everything around it. Even if your apple is red, still your apple will reflect all colors around it. And blue color, I prefer to use blue color instead of black color for shadows. Blue color makes everything warmer. Now, I will create a new empty layer. I will pick our first color for our base color. I will increase size of my brush. I will bring opacity of my brush down, and I will add a few brush strokes around here to bring everything in harmony, just like this. Now I will switch back to our dark color we sampled from our apple, and I will add a few highlights around here. Guys, as I said before, we are creating a layer after layer after layer. All layers will help us to build this apple's form of this apple. Maybe I will make a color a little bit darker. Yes. Maybe more. And I will increase opacity of my brush to 52%. Yes, yes, yes. This I was talking about. Look. I don't know how you can use guys, again, you can use any color you like for your shadows, for your highlights. It's up to you. I use what I think it's the best in my workflow, in my painting. Feel free to use what you think is best for you, or what you like the most. Just like this. My pleasure, Tiffany. Just like this. I will make my brush size bigger, and a few splashes of highlight. Now I will switch to darker blue color, almost black. I will create a new, no, I will not create a new layer. I will increase opacity of my brush. I will bring a size of my brush down, and I will add a few darkest shades in my apple around here. Just like this. Creating this shade will help me to outline my apple in the way I want it to look. Bringing size of my brush down will help me to add a few brush strokes over here, and over here as well. And maybe a few splashes of shadows around here. Here as well. Just like this. And again, guys, don't afraid of spending time on your art. Don't afraid of many layers, because layers in art are our friends, in the same way as a pressure sensitivity is our friend. Look at this. I will switch to white color. I will bring size of my brush down. I will bring opacity of my brush down to about 29, and I will add a few highlights around here and around here as well. It's almost we are almost finished our apple. Just a few extra steps. Guys, any questions? Thank you, Crystal. It's our weekly a digital painting class from start to finish, and today we paint this healthy, beautiful red apple. Welcome to our class. Yeah, I love today's outfit as well. And few highlights around here. Now, I will switch, guys, between eyedropper tool. First of all, yes, I will switch between eyedropper tool, pick color around here, switch back to my brush tool with a bigger size, and I will blend colors together. Switch back again, blend again, and we will do it multiple times. I don't know how men wearing facial hair all the time. It's too difficult, and I have allergy on it. Allergy to it, so it's awful. And just like this. And again, guys, you can blend your colors in many different ways. Everything is up to you. Now I will switch back to my mixer brush tool. I will bring wet to 60%, load to 60, mix and flow 42 and 41 each. I will increase size of my brush, and I will blend all colors together. And again, I'm using advantage of pressure sensitivity, and just like this. Now I will create a new empty layer. My pleasure, Crystal. I will switch back to original color we used, maybe a little bit brighter. I will increase size of my brush, and I will add a few splashes of this color, but I will switch to brush tool. Just like that. Now we have our colors harmony, all colors in harmony. Perfect. I will create a new empty layer, switch back to a white color. I will add a few last highlights to our apple. Just like this. Now I will increase opacity to 100%. I will switch to darkest shade of our color we picked from our reference image. I will bring size of my brush down, and I will start working on apple's stem, just like this. I will use darker shade of same color to add a little bit shadows around here, just like this. Now I will use a lighter shade of same color to add a few highlights around here. And look at this. Thank you, Isa. Now let me merge all our layers. It's not unnecessary, but I will hide our reference layers, our apple layer and apple reference layer, and our colors reference layer. I will hide my background layer, and I will ask Photoshop, please merge visible, just like this. Now I will bring back visibility of my background layer. I will highlight my background layer. I will create a new empty layer, bring back visibility of reference apple layer. And now guys, we need to add shadows. I'm using same brush, and I will use gray, light shade of gray color. I will increase size of my brush just like that, and I will add a basic layer of basic shadow color, just like that. And again, your pressure sensitivity is your friend. Now I will create a new empty layer, and I will add a second layer of darker shade of same color, just like that. I will switch to blue color. Yes, Tiffany, see, I'm using, thank you. See, Tiffany, I'm using blue color again for my shadows because it's cool, a cold color. And I will create another layer on top of my old shadows layer. I will bring size of my brush down, and I will use darker shade of blue color to add darkest shadow directly under my apple. Guys, the dark, to make a separation between your subject and your shadow, you need to add a few splashes of darkest color directly under your subject, because the darkest shadow is located directly under your subject. So I will add darkest shadow around here, just like this. Now I will highlight my apple layer. I will create new empty layer, and I will switch to another brush. Look at our reference image layer, guys. Apple has white spots. So to add white spots, I will switch to, let's see, as you can see, I have a lot of brushes. I will switch to special effect brush. I downloaded from Adobe website for free because I'm Creative Cloud subscriber. I will use a white color, just like that. I will increase size of my brush, and I will add, it's too big. Let me bring size of my brush down. And I will add a few dots of white color. And because I used separate layer for that, guys, I will try to change blend mode to make it look more natural. So let's see what blend mode I would like to use. Darken, multiply, color burn, let's see, screen. I like overlay, soft light. So I switch blend mode to overlay, and also guys, I will bring opacity of my layer down, just like this. Guys, look at this apple. This is our apple, very simple apple. Can you add more details? Of course, as I said before, you can create a more realistic looking apple or more abstract or something in between. It's up to you. Let me hide my reference layer, apple layer, just like this. What do you think, guys? Thank you, Tiffany. I love you, and I love your work as well. So guys, this is our basic apple. This is our fourth lesson. Next week we will talk about how you can paint a human's nose. I will show you how you can start with blank canvas and finish painting, and we will use different skin tones. It will be very interesting class, so join us next week on Thursday. Thank you, Renee. And again, if you have any questions, guys, just ask. I'm here to help. So guys, don't hesitate, don't be quiet. If you have any questions, ask. I hope you will create something. You will paint this simple apple after this stream. Just you can use your reference apple from your kitchen, or use your imagination, or Google image, anything you like. Just paint this apple, share on Twitter, and tag me in your creation. I really would love to see what you will create. It's very simple, guys, and just do it. Create something beautiful and healthy in this case, because it's apple. Thank you. I love my Bob Ross look as well. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your support. Super appreciated. You have no idea how appreciated I am. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will talk about my vacuum setting. You ask me, and tomorrow I will show to you my basic vacuum setting. Don't be scared, it will be basic. You don't need to go deep in a woods. So it will be a basic setting. You can do it as well. Thank you so much, guys. Have a beautiful rest of the day. And I will see you tomorrow. And I hope I will see your painting on Twitter before tomorrow. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.